Hey, what it do, sports world? Welcome to the Real Untouchable Podcast with me, Ray Diggs. I got my co-host on here tonight, J Mo. Hey, what it good with you, man?
What's going on, man?
All right, so hey, we about to get ready to talk about San Francisco 49ers against the Kansas City Chiefs, the pregame and the post and the Super Bowl predictions on who we think is going to win. He's going to give his pick. I'm going to give my pick on who I think is going, why I think this team right here will win. All right, but before I get started, hey, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button, all right? And you can just give us our feedback on what y'all think about this segment in the comment section, all right? So, hey, let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Hey, tomorrow we got the Super Bowl. We got Kansas City. We got San Francisco. Both of these teams coming in at 14-5. Well, actually 14-5 and 14-6, as the Kansas City Chiefs is 14-6. And these two teams right here are about to get to light Vegas up. This right here is going to be a hell of a game, I think, all right? What you think about this game right here, Moore?
Man, I think it's going to come down to a pretty good one tomorrow. Still trying to figure out who's going to actually win it. Leaning towards Kansas City Chiefs as of right now, just based off Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid. I pretty much got to go with Pat Mahomes. I can't really bet against Pat Mahomes. But, man, I had it going kind of like a high-scoring game, but just sitting back thinking about both of these defenses and how they've been playing in the playoffs for the most part. I kind of feel like the scope might be lower than we actually think. What you think about the defense?
So the last time these two teams met, all right, the San Francisco 49ers was blown out by the Kansas City Chiefs. It was 44-23, and this right here was in 2022. So the 49ers offense comes in as a number 2 rated offense. They have the number 8 rated defense. Kansas City comes in the 9th ranked offense. They got the 2nd ranked defense. And that's right there why I think that this game right here is so unique, because I'm looking at the Kansas City Chiefs defense. I'm looking at this defense right here, man. I ain't gonna even lie. This right here has been one of the best defenses all season. Everybody know I hate Kansas City, but this right here has been one of the best defenses all season. And that's right there why you got Brock Purdy, you got Patrick Mahomes, but I don't think these two quarterbacks is going to be what's going to decide this game. I think that it's going to be between the defensive lines. I think the defensive lines dominating these offensive lines is going to be what ultimately decides this game. Because if you don't get no pressure on Patrick Mahomes, well, you already know what's going to happen. And I just think Brock Purdy, I think that if Kansas City can make it, if they can get pressure on him at the beginning, I honestly feel like they can take this game over and dominate this game if they make it uncomfortable for a young quarterback that's never been here. Like, he's never been on this type of, he's been to Philadelphia and all these other places, but he ain't never been on a stage like this stage right here. All right.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it will come down to the defensive line. That'll be a big part of it. I think Kansas City going to have to take advantage of whatever side Chase Young line up on. Because like what I see for Chase Young, I don't know. He just be throwing little shoulder runs and just giving bare minimal efforts. So if they can just run at him, I see a lot of teams kind of be successful actually running the ball straight towards Bosa. So if they can probably get Travis Kelce down there just to chip his shoulder, slow him down, actually run directly at him, I think that right there limit him and slow him down too. I believe last week he was on the sideline quite a bit, getting little breaks here and there. Then they running towards Chase Young. Even when Chase Young going towards the opposite sideline, he ain't really in pursuit. He just jogging down the field a lot. So I think if they can find a way to run those receivers like right behind those linebackers and kind of get them out the way and get Pacheco involved with, you got Rice coming across the middle, I think the Chiefs going to be pretty good in this game. And then just looking at Kyle Shanahan, I know he going to come with it. I know he going to have a great offensive game plan. So when you actually break it down about who got the most weapons and who got the top players on the field, it really going to come down to the 49ers. Like, that team loaded, man.
Yeah. Hey, I said this right here a couple of weeks ago when me and you and Sledge was on here. I said that as well. I said from top to bottom, the San Francisco 49ers are the deepest team in the NFL. I think that they are, from top to bottom, this team right here is loaded. And it's the defensive line that I think that if this defensive line comes out here and actually take the criticism that they had, that their defensive coordinator put, out last week, and go out here and dominate, because when you look at this defensive line, when you look at the 49ers defensive line, they are one of the most athletic defensive lines in the NFL, with Bosa, with Armstead and them boys, Randy Gregory. These dudes right here are one of the most athletic defensive lines in the NFL. But athletic don't win you games. Athletic don't stop nobody. Actually, being athletic really works against you when it comes to the running game. And everybody know when it comes to Pacheco, if you don't get a hand on Pacheco, Pacheco is going to run through you. You know, I do think that the 49ers linebackers, like I said, when I talk about Fred Warner is one of the best linebackers I've ever watched. This dude is a headhunter. This dude is a football player. But I will say, like I said, Pacheco, when he runs the ball, he runs like it's his last carry. And it won't surprise me if the Chiefs win this game. Pacheco is the big reason why they win this game. And, you know, just by his running and catching, you know, this dude right here, and he don't get enough respect. He don't get enough. They don't talk about him enough. This dude can play. And so that's what I think. I think that the 49ers defensive line needs to really worry about Pacheco. Like, because if they don't, and it won't surprise me, because I don't know if you've seen like one of them games when they brought in Lil Clyde. When they brought Lil Clyde in, Lil Clyde got the running. I think Lil Clyde feel disrespected. I think Lil Clyde, and look, one thing Lil Clyde brings to the table is Lil Clyde can catch. Yeah.
So I know they'll say they might bring McKinnon back tomorrow. So if he's able to play, now that's gonna be a big help. You know, I don't even know if Kadarius Toney's gonna actually be able to suit up. But if they allow him to play, you know, you don't know what you're gonna get. But if he actually catches the ball, he could definitely be a big factor in the return game and on offense. So, but they'll bring back those weapons. I feel like you got to bring Kadarius Toney back tomorrow. Then I feel like Jared McKinnon, if he's available, like you got to let him play. So if you can add both of those players into the mix, I think that's going to be pretty exciting. And then as far as the offense, man, with Noah Gray, I think Noah Gray, like he always a wild card for me. Like he's kind of like they deep man hit between him and Watson. I don't even have Watson at receiver a lot. To me, he's more of a tight end. But they're gonna be focused on Kelsey a lot. They're gonna be worried about Rasheed Rice.
Yep.
So I think Noah Gray, Justin Watson, I think they're gonna be pretty big this game, especially Justin Watson, because Pat Mahomes love coming out that play action and actually slinging it to him deep. Like somehow he always sneak behind those defenders. Somehow, you know, he'll always come down with it, but he'd be back there to give you a good chance. And what's the lineman name? He had a big impact last week on the Chiefs.
The offensive
line?
He
got hurt. No, defensive line. I know he got hurt last week. I can't even think of his name.
You talking about Hawaii, or it started with an O?
Yeah, I know he got hurt last week. Now, if he's able to play this week,
no, he's out. He's out for the season.
Yeah. So that's good. That's the blow. He was actually playing pretty good. But when I've been thinking about as far as the defensive line, even though you got bigger names on the 49ers, I think the Chiefs I think Chris Jones gonna have a bigger impact than Bosa. For some reason, when you got an elite defensive like tackle, nose guard type player, I always believe they have a bigger impact than the actual defensive end, because you know that person's on one side versus this elite defensive tackle. He can really disrupt your whole offense, and he be getting in the backfield getting sacked. So he in the run game, he in the pass game. So I think that's going to be a big impact for the Chiefs as well. So if I had to pick a defense, I think I still end up going with the Chiefs defense in this game. I think Pat Mahomes going to be able to control the clock long enough to allow the defense to actually do their thing. I don't think Brock Purdy going to be able to go toe for toe, blow for blow in this game. He got a lot of weapons, but at the same time, I think the cornerbacks go handle Deebo Samuels like they always do.
So I'm gonna say this right here. Now I am looking at a few things that I think that can benefit the San Francisco 49ers, and I think that first of all, Taylor being the offensive line, the Kansas City Chiefs offensive lineman, Jawan Taylor, one of the most holding. He leads the NFL with the most holdings in in the regular season. Okay, and he had a lot even in the playoffs. Another thing that I think that's going to decide this game is Joe Tooney. Joe Tooney will not play tomorrow. As you know, he messed his leg up and will unlikely to play because he got hurt in the division round against the Buffalo Bills. And those are two things right there that I think could really benefit this San Francisco 49er defensive line. And that's why I say the San Francisco 49er defensive line could come out here and make it very uncomfortable for Patrick Mahomes if they come out there and they play how they supposed to play, how we know they can dominate a game, how they dominated when they went up against the Philadelphia Eagles. And Philadelphia Eagles had one of the best defensive line, been the best offensive lines in football as well. And when they came out there and dominated them, or they dominated other teams that they played, if they can come out here and dominate this game right here and make it uncomfortable, kind of look at what happened when the Kansas City Chiefs played in the Super Bowl against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, on what the Tampa Bay Buccaneer defensive line did. How did they make it uncomfortable for him? Which was the defensive ends that made it uncomfortable by keeping Pat Mahomes moving around and thinking in the pocket. If they can do that, I just think the San Francisco 49ers got a good chance at winning this game. And I just think that this is the time where Kyle Shanahan have to. This right here, I'm not saying he have to win this game. This right here is one of the times where he have to win this game right here, because you lose a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. You had a 20-10 lead against against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl a few years ago. You lost both of those. You lose another Super Bowl. I just don't know. I just don't know how he's gonna be able to cope with losing all of these Super Bowls. I just don't know. And this is why I say I think that this team right here is primed to win the Super Bowl this year. It's because they've been one of the dominant, besides the last few games, when the Baltimore Ravens dominated them, they have dominated everybody all season. They have dominated every team that they played. They have been the best team all season from top to bottom. And I just think that this right here is the time. This is their time. This is the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, this is the San Francisco 49ers time to finally win, put it all together, and win a Super Bowl. It's going to be hard. Like I said, I see your face. I see what you – hey, I know Patrick Mahomes. Shit. I mean, I hate him too. I hate him. I don't like him. But I know, I respect his greatness, and I know that Patrick Mahomes can control this game. He can control their defensive line. He can control their linebacker, their secondary. If it's one person that can control the game, it's this guy. And I just don't know when it comes to Brock Purdy. He's a second-year quarterback. I just don't know, do he have enough to outlast Patrick Mahomes? When I say that, I mean you got the ball. Can you take it down there and win a game? I know what I got on the other side. I know what I got over here.
Yeah. So even when you look at last week, you talk about Brock Purdy, he ain't no game manager no more, But at the same time, like we said, going into that game last week, we already knew that defense gonna give us some big plays, and they did exactly what we expected. Even though you got the offense dropping balls, you going for it on fourth down. With the Lions, speaking about the Lions, I feel like they gave that game to the 49ers. 49ers really, they should be home right now, but how we predicted that the defensive backs were going to be, just allowing Brock Purdy to run outside the pocket and kind of just pick them off down the stretch, make plays with his legs. I don't think he could be able to make those plays with his legs. I believe Willie Gay playing this week, right?
Who? Oh, yeah, Willie Gay. Yeah, Willie Gay will be back this week. That's going to be – now, Willie Gay, that's a good linebacker as well. So, like I said, the San Francisco 49ers, they got their hands full. And the Kansas City Chiefs, yes, they are they are down with Joe Tooney, and Joe Tooney was all-pro. That's an all-pro offensive lineman. So, it ain't like they lost – it ain't like they lost a Jawan Taylor. They lost an all-pro lineman, Yeah. So, it's going to make it very uncomfortable for that offensive line, and then you got a holder out there on the outside. So, but this right here is a game where I think when you say Chris Jones, this right here is a game where I'm gonna see how good Chris Jones really is when he goes up against Trent Williams. Because that's one thing I can say. Trent Williams, that dude there is a baller. That dude is a game. He's a game changer on that offensive line. But I think this game right here could come out to two players, Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle's. I honestly think that George Kittle can pretty much change the dynamic of this game if he can get down the field and make big plays. I think that he's one of those people that, because you got to think about it, they had George Kittle a few years ago when they lost, but they didn't have Christian McCaffrey. And then this thing right here will really set it up. You remember Chris McCaffrey out there celebrating his daddy's Super Bowl when he won for the Denver Broncos. If this dude can win the Super Bowl tomorrow, he'll be celebrating his own Super Bowl. And I just got a feeling that Christian McCaffrey. Now, one thing about the Kansas City Chiefs is this: you just ain't finna run it on them. That's one of the defense right there. You just not finna run on them.
Yeah, I don't think you. I don't think you can, but I think he gonna get a couple good big runs. When I say big, I'm talking about probably like 10 to 15, couple runs. But I definitely think Chris McCaffrey will be good for about 2 touchdowns.
I just feel like this. I feel like the San Francisco 49ers should be pissed off. And the reason why I think they should be pissed off is because of this. It's been nothing but disrespect after disrespect after disrespect. You got here. They say you don't supposed to be here. You're supposed to lose to the Lions. Okay, yeah, they did supposed to lose to the Lions. Okay, now you here. Okay, they disrespect your quarterback. Brock Purdy, he's a game manager. Yes, he is a game manager. Okay, then they not only did they disrespect you when you get to the Super Bowl, now they put y'all on the practice field of the UNLV, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas College. And you, so what did you say? You said the field was too soft. But guess what? Then it was reports that came out that they rung y'all alarm. Y'all had a fire alarm at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. So this just tell me that Kansas City Chiefs fan is really playing games with this San Francisco 49er team. And then the NFL make the Kansas City Chiefs the home team, which the 49ers got the better record. So this right here tells me that the NFL don't even respect y'all. You see what I'm saying? The fans don't respect y'all. This, if you're not pissed off about this, I don't know what's wrong. But I'm gonna give y'all my prediction. I feel that the game is gonna go. It's going to be a close game at the beginning. I think these two teams are going to be trying to figure each other out maybe the first, second quarter. I think Patrick Mahomes going to pick it up a little bit in the third. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I will say I think that Brock Purdy is going to get it done. I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers to win the Super Bowl tomorrow night in Las Vegas. I think the score is going to be 27-24 or 31-28 or 34-31. One of those type of games right there. It's going to be somewhere in that range, but I just don't want it to be too close, because when this game is too close, we know how Patrick Mahomes can get when a game is too close. And if he get that ball last, and they down by 2 or they down by 4, it's doomsday. It's doomsday. It's doomsday. You might want to hang it up. It's doomsday. Because if Patrick Mahomes get the ball back with 2 minutes to go, and they down by 5, but they down by 4, they down by anything under 7, they down by 6 or less, it's doomsday. You might well go ahead on and start praying, because you about to get ready to be put to bed. It's a wrap for you.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Travarius Ward, hey, that dude do a lot of holding. So tomorrow, after the game, during the game, I don't want to hear nobody talking about Chiefs getting away with penalties, because we know what he's about. He's a holder. He like to play physical. He's suspect sometimes. Sometimes you like a good corner. Sometimes he look very suspect. So when Mahomes get to throw the ball up towards his direction, he get about 1 or 2 pass interference or hold it. I don't want to hear nothing about the refs helping the Chiefs tomorrow, because I know he gonna do it. Wait. He gonna do it.
Man, I just know you ain't talking about holding. Man, the Kansas City Chiefs probably got the most holding cornerbacks in the NFL. Forget this game. When I say them dudes hold so much, man, like, it's a shame how they never get called for holding, but they hold like almost on every play. Like Snead. Yeah, Snead is a good cornerback. Snead holds a lot as well.
Where Ward come from?
The holdings, he came from them as well.
Yeah. So So we know he's going to be holding tomorrow. So, that's what I expect. I expect the 49ers come out there. They're going to score early. I think they're going to score early in the first quarter. Probably lead the first quarter winning. I got them probably like 7-3. But after that, going into the third, I think they're going to lead at halftime. So I actually got the game going 30-27, Kansas City Chiefs. Because 27. I know for a fact, Chris McCaffrey, that boy right there, he go on that football field. He good for about 2 touchdowns off rep. And I feel like George Kittle, he gonna get him one. And they probably get a couple field goals. But when it's all said and done, I think Travis Kelce is gonna show up and dominate this game. I think he got to have a big game. He's looking at a 2 touchdown. I got him over 100 yards. He might be going for MVP tomorrow, to be honest with you. But it's gonna be hard because Pat Mahomes gonna control the game. He might have extra touchdown outside. I think Mahomes gonna end up beating him with his legs and along with his arms too, and just mind game, honestly. But I think when it come down to it, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. I got Mahomes getting his 3rd Super Bowl and separate himself from all this nonsense I was hearing about some Lamar Jackson closing in on him. I don't want to hear nothing else after he get his 3rd ring. I don't want to hear nothing about no Joe Burrow. I don't want to hear about Josh Allen. Justin Herbert made some comments, a year or 2 ago. He ain't showed up yet. So if he get this 3rd ring, I don't want to hear nothing because I can't really see him losing to Brock Purdy. If you end up losing to Brock Purdy, which, that's going to be the narrative. He lost to Brock Purdy, but Tom Brady lost to Eli Manning. So they going to try to make that a narrative when we know at the end of the day, the same way the Giants beat the Patriots, the 2 defensive ends. So if the 49ers do end up winning this game, which I wouldn't be shocked, it's going to come down to the defense and Christian McCaffrey. It ain't going to come down to no Brock. If it come down to Brock Purdy, I'm going to be very shocked. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Brock Purdy throwing for 300 yards, 2 or 3 passing touchdowns. I don't see that happen. He might get 2 touchdown passes, but just lighting them up with the yards, I don't see that happening tomorrow. But I definitely expect Pat Mahomes to have a pretty big game. I want Travis Kelce to have a pretty big game. I'm tired of hearing about Grunker with his little stats where he got about 150 yards more. So he played in 5 games. Travis Kelce got 3 Super Bowl games. I think tomorrow got to be his biggest game he's done had in the Super Bowl. This right here going to be one of the hardest games, one of the hardest matchups. He got to step up. He got to block and he got to catch. So I expect big things from Travis Kelce tomorrow. I know Pacheco. I know he gonna be pumping them legs. But hey, I don't know how far he gonna get on this defense because they're gonna be on him. They're gonna be on him like white on rice tomorrow. So I don't know how big of an impact Isaiah Pacheco gonna have because how tiny once they hit him, he don't really get too many yards after catch, after touching the ball really. So I don't know how big of a game he gonna have. But if Jared McKinnon can play, he can get you some good blocks in the backfield to buy Mahomes more time, catch a few passes out the backfield. I think it's gonna be pretty good. So. All in all, I think it's going to be a pretty good game tomorrow. But at the end of the day, I got to pick Andy Reid, Kyle Shanahan. I got to pick the baby GOAT versus Mr. Irrelevant. You already know who I'm going with. 15.
Hey, like I said, man, I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers, and he going with his baby GOAT. I will say this right here. I do got this right here to say before we go. Travis Kelce, first of all, I don't think Travis Kelce is going to have a big game. I think he's going to have an okay game, maybe it's an average game. But if Travis Kelce have a good game tomorrow, then that defensive coordinator, Wilkes, need to be fired. Yeah, because he probably you need to get fired. Because if you allow Travis Kelce to have a good game tomorrow, if it was just me, I'm going to shut Travis Kelce down at all costs. Like, I'll let Rice beat me. I let Pacheco beat me. I let Valdez Scandry beat me. It don't matter. Hell, I even let Noah Gray beat me. But I'm not about to let number 87 beat me, which is the fake number 87, because we know who the real number 87 is. He's retired. About to go into the Hall of Fame, which that is Rob Gronkowski, the best tight end to ever walk this earth. Okay, but it is what it is. But I just don't see them allowing. I can't see. I feel like Kyle Shanahan.
You said that 2 weeks ago.
I feel that Kyle Shanahan got with got with Wilkes. And I pretty much think that the game plan will be this. Anybody else can beat us, but that guy, do not let that guy beat us.
See, I tell you why it's so hard to stop him because they don't run real plays. He just be running around doing what he want to do. Only time he run real routes per se is when he doing a little pick screens to get somebody else open. When he doing that, ain't nothing you can do. But most time, him and Mahomes just be running around. He made up routes. So it's like, how do you contain him? When you go against to me, probably Kyle Hamilton, he probably the best safety in the league right now. And to do what he did against the Baltimore Ravens and that defense last week, hey, he about to have another home. He about to have another big day. I can see him with over 100 yards tomorrow. And they're gonna be some meaningful yards.
All right, man. Hey, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Like I said, he's going with the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers. That would make this thing so good. Okay. All right. So hey, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the share button. And hey, let us know what y'all think about this segment in the comment section. Hey, you got anything else you want to say, man, before we end this segment?
Hey, Pat Mahomes, 3 Super Bowl rings. Hey, third greatest all time.
Hey, and I'm gonna say the last thing. It's only one GOAT. And everybody know who that GOAT is. The man that Patrick Mahomes couldn't even beat. And that is Thomas Elwood Patrick Brady Jr. All 5 of his names, okay? Because he got 7 Super Bowls. And you need at least 5 or 6 to catch this.
I said third. I said third all time.
So, yeah, he's going to be the third. If he wins tomorrow, he's going to go to being the third greatest quarterback of all time. He's going to be behind Joe Montana and Tom Brady. That right there means he would have been on clip. He would have been a clip. Peyton Manning. And everybody know Peyton Manning, some people got Peyton Manning as a number 2. You know what I'm saying? But I got Joe Montana as the number 2, Tom Brady number 1. If Patrick Mahomes wins tomorrow, hey, he's going to jump to number 3. But if he loses tomorrow, Brock Purdy jumping into the top 25 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But hey, until next time, man. Hey, y'all have a great Super Bowl, man. Until next time, y'all. Peace.